Welcome to Goddess Guidance. I am Kisha Lee, and also known as Psychic Yogi. And today, while shuffling, we actually got three separate messages. So we'll just nuance all these together for a unique message today. The first one is Artemis, who she talks actually about being spiritually protected and as well as your loved ones. So you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Her message is the Guardian. And a little bit about Miss Artemis. She's a powerful, tomboyish goddess who prefers to spend her time in the woods and with wild animals. She carries a bow and arrow ever since she was a child, but never uses them to hurt anything. Instead, the energy of her bow and arrow is a talisman that helps her focus her thoughts and intentions, and she always reaches the mark of her manifestations. So she can help us concentrate and focus as well. Probably should channel her right now so I can talk properly. She offers protection to all who call upon her, particularly women and children. So this is a great opportunity to receive that message. And then the second oracle card that came out was Kali, endings and beginnings. She said the old must be released so that the new can enter. Okay. So she's a powerful Hindu goddess feared by those who don't understand the natural cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, like our seasons. She's an ultimate get things done goddess, and she's very powerful as an ally to those who call upon her. Like a wise stage mother, she'll push you beyond your comfort zone to reach the heights of your potential. But at the same time, remember, you're safe and spiritually protected throughout this process. Now, the third oracle card that jumped out was Maat. And her message of fairness says this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Maat is an Egyptian goddess of integrity, fairness, and justice. She holds the scale that measures our souls against the feather at the time of our death to detect any heaviness from guilt. So, with that being said, she protects us in business and personal relationships, ensuring that we're fairly treated and honorably. We can call upon her before signing any contracts, during a dispute, or whenever you feel guilty or remorseful. So, with that being said, the message of fairness, as well as endings and beginnings, and then knowing that we are safe and spiritually protected, says it's time to actually go for it and quit playing small. Know that your path is actually one that has been, I will say, anointed, right? And therefore, your changes, your transitions that are happening now in life are going to be in ways that are more harmonious than you may expect, so that you can just ultimately move to the next level of divine expression in who you are. All right, so with that being said, sorry, I lost my finger. So with that being said, go ahead and just allow that message to settle where it may, and taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Few more rounds of breath in this manner. Inhale and exhale audibly. Sigh of relief, just settling in. Inhale and exhale. And then just bringing your lips together as you continue to breathe out your nose, softening your gaze or allowing them to gently close, taking a moment to just arrive in this space. You're here physically, but allow your emotional self receiving this message Allow your mental self that's also receiving this message, and your spiritual self receive this message, allowing it to land where it may. Breathing in, breathing out. Seeing if you can begin to slow the ebb and flow of breath, smoothing it out, allowing it to move slow and steady. Noticing the crown of your head, relaxing space between the brows, maybe stepping back mentally and energetically with your focus just behind the eyes. Relaxing your cheeks, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your throat and neck, shoulders. Come heavy. Begin to notice the biceps, triceps, elbows, your forearm, your wrists, back of the hand, fingertips, palms of the hands. The invitation that is there to soften, to relax. Knowing that relaxation isn't necessarily a destination, just a space to arrive. To let everything else lay to the side. Beginning to notice the rise and fall of the chest as you breathe in and out. The expansion, contraction of the ribs. Back of the heart space softens. Breathing into the back of the body. Just setting down everything that you've been carrying into this moment, for just a moment. Allow yourself to begin journeying further down to the body, going past the heart space and into that space just below the rib cage. Feeling yourself move down to the low belly, down into the lower back, settling in a space between the hip bones and the sacrum. Taking a soft landing into your pelvic floor, feeling your sits bones on whatever surface brings you comfort in this moment. And then allowing that sense of ease and softness to move down through the thighs, the back, top, sides. Allow it to move into the knees, to your shins, into your calves, into your ankles, your heels, tops of the feet, each individual toe, the soles of your feet, all soften and relax. Breathing in, breathing out. Just making one more scan of your body from head to toe, allowing any tension, areas calling for your attention, soften. Giving yourself permission to root down into the earth, either through the base of your spine and the sits bones or the soles of your feet. Those roots growing deep and wide, down into the center of the earth. Connecting to the heartbeat, the rhythm, the womb space of Mother Earth. Noticing how this space feels like one of potential, opportunity, yet stable, grounded. Feel yourself comforted. Feels nourishing to your soul in this moment. It's like your own personal paradise, rich and fertile, expansive, creative energy, fruitfulness, solid, protected, nurturing. While you're here, just give yourself permission to release the moments of your day or your evening, all the energies you've accumulated up into this meditation, anything you may be holding on to on any level. Just allow it to soften and dissolve, flowing down effortlessly into the earth. Knowing that all is recycled with love, intentionally sent back to its original sender. So there's no harm in letting go and releasing. Just like the seasons, we move through a time of accumulation, that of harvest, but also that of releasing, letting go, so we can plant new seeds in our next season. Just like Mother Earth, as we move through these seasons, we honor and embrace the cyclical nature of things, that without us externally and that within us. Move through cycles and seasons on multiple levels, and also within our bodies, the endings and the beginnings. But we know that through all these transitions, we are safe, we are in alignment, we are being guided, therefore we are protected. As we take arms to honor our holy mission and our purpose becomes revealed to us. This new path enlightens us, and as we choose to honor and embrace it, we may find that our hearts become lighter. All heaviness starts to move away as the vibration, the frequency, our energetic imprint and output begins to shift things in our physical reality. The more we honor the endings, the more we have an opportunity to better prepare ourselves for what's next. So the question is, what transitions are happening in your life right now? What do you notice shifting, changing? What feels stuck? What feels stagnant? What feels as if it will never change? Patterns, habits that always seem to happen to you. What would it feel like for those things to finally come to an end? And in grounding it out, recycling it into opportunities for you to now experience the scales of justice swinging in the opposite direction, swinging in your favor. All that you have given now coming back to you. Think of all that you've given. All the love, all the patience, all the kindness, all the financial support, energetic support, emotional support. Imagine all the time, energy, consideration, the care that you've given. Physical items, the non-physical items, just your presence. Imagine all of that you've given. Now begins the process of ebbing and then flowing right back to you. Notice if there's any resistance that can soften, any guilt, any receiving that can be erased, any shame in receiving is neutralized. Karmic debts have been paid in full. You Worst is now behind you. So relax, breathe. Allow yourself for once to be cared for your needs to be met and tended to, for you to truly not just know that you're loved, feel it, to see it, for it to be tangible. It's real because you've done the work. You've showed up. Now it's time for the divine to show out, giving you all the blessings that you are deserving of, worthy of, and there's no need to earn it. You've already done the work. This is not something to have to strive for or achieve these blessings. This karmic justice. You've already done the work. You've given to those who may not have even been worthy of, those who may have not deserved it. You softened, you forgiven, you tried to understand, you were empathic, you showed compassion, you allowed yourself to play small, to soften the edges, to be considerate, to be cautious, all to appease others. But those moments were not in vain. Those were investments. Those were seeds that you planted in those moments of trial and tribulation. Those moments you hoped for the best, even though you were challenged and struggling. Those moments were all seeds that you planted that are now ready to not just shoot upwards and bloom fully, but when they're ripe, it's time to reap your harvest. Feel that. Breathe into that and relax. Softening any edges of doubt, of fear. Maybe just scanning your body once again from head to toe, or maybe you can feel, you can sense, you know, areas that may still be keeping you a little shy, a little hesitant, a little cautious, and embracing this message. And that's okay. Give yourself that same compassion, that same love and understanding, patience that you've given others. It's already built within you. You can't give something that you don't already have. All those moments that you gave, even when you feel like you didn't have something, you already had it. It's just naturally who you are. Even with the most limited resources, maybe you still tried to help. This is the time for all of that to come back to you, and preferably tenfold. Those were investments that have appreciated. This is what makes you valuable. You are worthy. You are ready. You are well equipped. You are wise. You are experienced. You served your time. Now it's time for you to experience the other end, the other side. Joy, happiness, pleasure, fulfillment, creativity, abundance, fruitfulness, expansion, vibrancy, radiance, colorful, magical light. One that's filled with pleasure, that delights your senses. One that's filled with purpose simply by being and observing and trusting your intuition, taking intuitively inspired action when needed, knowing when to rest, when to move, and knowing that every step is spiritually protected. The more you follow the wisdom within yourself, the path that is for you as things are shifting, changing, and ending will become illuminated by the lightness of your heart. And the path that is being shown to you is already infused with safety, protection. So there's no fear, no fear. Let it be fun, let it be playful, exciting to see how life unfolds from this moment. Let yourself be curious. Like I said, you've already done the work. The past is now behind you. Let the pendulum of justice swing in your favor. Allow yourself to be open, to receive as much of this message as you can in this moment. No need to push yourself beyond any threshold, but just notice how you feel in receiving this message. Let a wave of prosperity wash over you in this moment. Clearing your path, fixing anything that needs to be fixed, anything that's been broken or just jammed up, all becomes nice and repaired. You can move forward with all the love, all the light, all the joy and amusement. And so it is. Breathe in and breathe out. Like a sigh of relief. Breathing in one more time. Breathing out. Settling into this new energetic vortex of change, this new timeline. It's as if you're riding on a train or a roller coaster. Maybe that's what life has felt like. And then it switches tracks, one that has a more scenic view, one that feels better. In this new timeline, the gates are open. You're being welcomed. You're being celebrated. You're being supported in all ways. You're deserving of more, and that time is now. Let's breathe. Relax. And receive. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to bring some gentle movements to the extremities, wiggling your toes, your fingers, rolling through the wrists, ankles, maybe doing some shoulder rolls, some hip rolls and circles, maybe some spinal waves, rolling through the neck, taking nice little stretch. You can give yourself a little massage if you like, or just give yourself a hug. Showing yourself some love, bringing you back into the body. And when ready, one more deep breath in and out. Gently opening your eyes when ready. All right, so for the collective message, we have Artemis. Hope you can see that right here. But we have, I don't know why my voice did that. We have Artemis, who is also the guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected, received. We also have Kali for endings and beginnings. Okay. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Amen. You have to create space for that. And then we also have Mot, which is an Egyptian goddess, one of fairness. Her message says the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So, with knowing that we're spiritually protected, things are ending, new beginnings are happening, and they will happen in the space of fairness, right? For all parties involved. The question is, what are you scared of? What is still holding you back? What is keeping you stuck? What obligations, responsibilities, what stories do you keep rereading and rewriting, in different ways with different characters? Like it's new characters, new chapter, but same storyline. So where is it that you are lacking a sense of freedom or giving yourself permission to be free? Where are you lacking the support, the systems, the structures, the energy, right? The mindset to move forward, to allow what's been leaving to leave. Okay, this 2025, we're not begging. Okay, we're not begging, we're not chasing, none of that. So if something is ending, allow it to end. Now, I will say though, at the same time, just because something is ending does not mean it can't evolve, okay, and come back around. I'm not necessarily talking about like in a retrograde fashion. It's just that sometimes things need to go their own course outside of what we think it's supposed to look like or what we think it's supposed to be like. But then also sometimes I can feel a little scary, right? To let something go and not know how that is going to affect our future, or if we're going to be able to triumph over that, or if what we really want even exists, whatever it is. But if something is ending, okay, let yourself create the space to know that you are protected, you are safe. The other situation or the person or any groups of people that are involved will also be provided for, safe, and that all things can be held. You can set the intention for these transitions to be held in a space of fairness, meaning not just necessarily equality, but equanimity, where everyone gets their fair share for the work they've put in, for the things that they've done. And if you have been trying to do right by yourself and other people, you've been doing the work, right? Creating new situations. You don't do the work to stay the same. All right. You do the work for change. So when change is happening, it's because you've done the work. So honor that. Right? We can't sit here and be like, oh, I'm doing the work, and then we get opportunities and you like self-sabotage and don't take advantage of it because you're scared. You've been doing the work to create change. So that momentum, when things start shifting and changing, is because you have created the momentum for those things to happen. And so if you're doing that and noticing these shifts changing around you, embrace it. But you are also equipped not only to create that change, but to be protected in it, because this is something that is coming from within you, right? It's like your soul or your spirit's expression of self. So it's naturally going to be protected because it is divine, your true nature. If you are creating change from that space, then that pivot is going to be, that new timeline is going to be protected because you are standing in your truth. You are embracing your divinity, your sovereignty, your agency. So you're going to know how to move, when to move, and why. And also you can set that intention, right? That all is fair and, love and war, as they say. But the fairness comes from how much work you have done, right? So unfortunately, the shadow side of this is, if others have not been doing the work or whatever, this to me is a message of karmic justice, basically. So if you've been doing the work, right? You've been creating that shift, those changes within yourself, your reality is also going to shift. There's going to be endings, but also new beginnings. So endings aren't finality. It just means that something, the way something was working is now upgrading, or, making a lateral change, or it's just completely diminishing and going in its own way. It doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. It just is what it is. We put the label, the story on whether it's good or bad, but we can see it as an opportunity for growth, for expansion, for evolution, and know that in that change, we're safe, we're protected, and we can also bless others with this safety and protection. We can wish them well, right? Or wish the people involved, wish them well, send them love, send them light, forgiveness, whatever it is, which is really for yourself. And then that creates fairness, meaning you get what you put out. Right. And so yeah, if you've been doing the work, celebrate yourself. But when things start shifting in your environment, don't be scared. Okay, don't be scared. You are safe in creating these changes, right? Because you are now expressing your divine nature. And on top of that, things will be held in a fair and just manner. So it's time for you to reap what you've sown, the hard work that you've put in, the blessings, the time, the energy, the resources you've given unto others, whether you had it or not. It's time for you to reap those rewards, to receive that harvest, and to be abundantly blessed and supported in your journey. So, congratulations.